Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Clash Royale. In this episode, I will be discussing the new balance changes that are going to go live on the 19th, and I'm going to discuss them in this video. So the first change that Clash Royale is doing to the game is that the Giant's damage has been decreased by 5%. And I think this is actually a pretty good idea, because as you guys may know, I've been ranting about tanks for the last couple of days, just because of how people can counter the Inferno with just 2 elixir card, and that makes the tanks really overpowered, because tanks are most easily countered by Inferno Tower, and they're taking that counter away with a 2 elixir card that almost every single person uses. The next balance change is the Rage spell. So the elixir cost was decreased to 2 from 3, and the effect was decreased to 30% from 40%, and the duration was decreased by 2 seconds. I think this will actually benefit the people who use the Rage spell, because 2 elixir is really low, and the Rage spell is actually an okay spell right now, and decreasing it to 2 and reducing its effect and its duration, I think will make many Rage spell users happy. And also, since most tank deck users don't use Rage, there's going to be a lot more variety in the decks. Same goes for the Giant damage decrease. There's going to be more variety decks instead of just Giant, P.E.K.K.A, whatever, over and over again. Okay, so the next change is going to be to the Lumberjack. So the Rage effect is 30% from 40%, and Rage duration is decreased by 2%. So it's the same thing that they did with the Rage spell, except they made it to the Lumberjack, because obviously he drops a Rage spell. So the next change is the Mirror. Mirror cards Mirror's card 1 level higher than its own level. So it says, we love the surprise element Mirror brings, and we've been having a blast playtesting this new version. At tournament rule card levels, Mirror will truly bring a unique element to your deck, making the cards 1 level higher than the tournament cap. Also, a max level Mirror will create a max level +1 card. So basically, you could have a level 14 card once this change goes live. You could have a level 14 common, you could have a level 12 rare, and you could have a level 9 epic. And I think that's actually really good, because then it actually benefits people high up in the 4,000 trophies, 5,000 trophies range, because those people, they don't use Mirror just because their cards are maxed, so there's no point getting the Mirror, because everyone knows that Mirror is a surprise, but now it actually has an advantage in not only surprise, but also level. So this is also going to bring a bunch of variety into the game, and I think, this is the biggest change for this update. So the next one is a bit strange. It says the lightning stuns targets for 0.5 seconds. I saw some other YouTuber tweeting that this might bring the lightning back, and that it might make the zap spell people not used as much. Zap. That made no sense. But basically, he said that more people are going to use lightning instead of zap. But I think that's completely wrong. I think that lightning, it's just such a old card by now. Everyone's seen it. Everyone's gotten it from a silver gold chest. It's not exciting. People already know what it does. It zaps an enemy 3 times, and since it's an epic, you can't really do much once you're out of Arena 6, 7, 8. It just stays at level 2 or 3 unless you're pay to play. But unless you're pay to play, you're not gonna be able to upgrade this card that much, and it's gonna stay kind of old and not fresh. So the next addition to the update is that the log is gonna knock back all ground troops. So basically, that means that P.E.K.K.As, your golems, your giants are also going to be knocked back as log, because they didn't knock them back before. The last change made to the game is going to be that the bomber hit points are decreased by 2%, and that its damage are increased by 2%. This is the smallest change in this update, and it doesn't really make a huge difference. So I guess they're trying to make the bomber a bit more popular by making it do more damage. It's not supposed to have a lot of health as is, because it's a support card. So my overall thoughts on this update is that Supercell is becoming a bit too stressed on keeping their players interested in the game. So in the last couple of updates, Supercell has been making very minor tweaks, and they've been trying to like implement how the cards could be used differently. Like they're changing the way the mirror is used, they're changing the way lightning is used. They're trying to make the game fresh. And what they don't understand is that the players who are still playing at this time right now are the players who are going to be dedicated for another couple months, maybe even a year, maybe a couple years. So they don't need to have all these small changes. Supercell, if you're going to make a balance change, I suggest that you either go big or go home. So if you're going to make a giant fix or a tank fix, make it so that all tanks get their health reduced by 20% or whatever. If you're gonna make the rage spell decrease by 10%, make it 20%. If you're gonna make the mirror one level higher, that's actually fine. That's actually really cool. And if you're gonna make the lightning stun something, don't make it 0.5 seconds. That's the same thing as a zap, except the lightning costs like 5 elixir more, and that's absolutely stupid. If you're gonna make the lightning stun a troop or a tower, make it a couple of seconds. That's gonna make the dedicated players who are playing right now more interested. And the log is fine. And if you're gonna make the bomber do a bit more damage, decrease like its health by 50% and make it so that it can two-shot barbarians. Do something big to keep the people who are dedicated right now still dedicated for a very long time, so that the dedicated people who won't wander off to other games like Pokemon Go or Diepio or all these big games that are sprouting out of nowhere. So I feel like Clash Royale is becoming a bit too stressed on keeping their players interested, and I just want to say to you guys over at Clash Royale that you don't have to make these minor changes to keep us interested. To make us interested, you just have to make updates. You don't have to make them even frequently, because that's the whole point of balance changes. You can't just make one every month. Instead, just monitor how the game goes for a couple months, and then every like half a year or every quarter of a year, make a huge change that completely switches the style of the entire game, so that people go from one strategy to another and everyone is comfortable with every single strategy, and it will also bring a bunch of variety into the game. So this change is going to be made in a couple of days, and it's sent to everyone's inbox. But if you want to also check out the page I was just talking on, you can just click on the Find Out Why right here. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you all for watching this video. If you liked it, punch that like button down below and subscribe for more Clash Royale and Trails Frontier content. If you suggest a game down below, I'll be sure to play it at some point. And as always, have a great day.
You will see.